Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews. I have artist and musician Mr. Harley Poe. He's on the show with us right now. He's on the line. I like his music. They've got some really, really good stuff out. They mix folk music plus punk plus a little bit of alternative, a little bit of rock in it too. So good stuff from these guys. I want to get Harley on here and talk about their music. So Harley, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What are you guys working on new these days?
We're just finishing up our 7 Inches of Hell series with Whorehound Records, and I think that 4 have come out, and they're releasing 3 more, and the new one should come out at any time. The 5th one. And then we have 2 more to release, and then we'll probably start working on a new album. That's the plan, at least. We're pretty slow, and we get sidetracked easily. So
I think we all do.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
How much growth have you seen yourself go through from album to album, man?
I don't know. It's been different people involved with each album, and so different ideas are thrown in, and so they're all a little bit different. I think we just try. I don't know if we're real. We're getting the new stuff that I'm working on is a lot more acoustic, like 2 albums ago. So I don't know if it's growth or what. We just change things up. Like the 7 Inches are all pretty much electric. They're the most punk we've ever sounded because we just decided to do something a little bit different than what we've been doing. We just try to do something different. Hopefully our new one we can incorporate some horns, maybe some strings. I don't know if it's growth. I don't know if the writing's getting worse or better.
How hard do you guys push yourself to come up with something new from song to song than what's out there right now, man? Or can you really?
Yeah, I don't know. I hear a lot of bands that are just doing it so well, doing cool vocals and cool music, and I just kind of think, we do our thing, and I don't know if it's we're really trying to do anything different. We just trying to do what works or what we like. The lyrics are about monsters and weird things because that's what I like, and we're mostly acoustic because I've always played acoustic guitar and I prefer that sound. But the other guys the other guys like all kinds of different music, so their influences come in there, and we'll do electric, or my bass player, he likes to throw an electric bass, upright bass, acoustic bass, and my guitar player, just an awesome electric guitar player, and Chris has a lot of reggae influence and ska influence to add to it. So he's from Chile, so that Chilean influence is in there. So and then we all just do our thing, and whatever happens. I don't know if we're really trying to do something different or trying to be like any certain sound. Just kind of what happens.
What do you hope the fans take away from your guys' albums?
I hope they can relate. I guess I know the lyrics will mention zombies or just there's a lot of horror influence, and it's all fiction, but I like to incorporate hopefully a little bit of my life into it, as far as relationships and the way I feel about feeling left out or walking alone, I guess. So hopefully they'll listen to it, and then they can listen and they think, well, I feel this way too, and that's the coolest thing, and then is relating to what you're saying.
So what can fans expect at a show from you, man? It's not got to see you yet.
Oh man, this depends. If we've been practicing and playing electric guitars, and we're on that kick, we'll do an electric show. If we've been doing an acoustic thing, we'll be doing an acoustic show. Depends on how high and how drunk we are. If we've been already fucked up earlier on in the day, then you're probably going to get something a little more wild than you would if we were just played the place before. I don't know. You probably walk away hating us. You probably come to the show and be very disappointed. Wish you never heard of us. That's right. Well, most people get from our shows.
For you, Harley, what's it mean to be part of Whorehound Records? Because I've got some good friends that are on there, the Big Bad. What's it mean to you, man?
Oh yeah, Big Bad. Those are cool dudes. Those are some friendly people. I really like those guys. I really like the Whorehound people too. Nate and Jessica are awesome, and I like the whole crew that helps out and writes for them. And I'm happy to be part of the world of Whorehound. I'm happy to be in the magazine and having their name on the CDs. That's really cool. I think the guys are too. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
Do you see yourself more as an artist or a musician? Do you have a preference over drawing or writing?
I don't really consider myself either one. Well, I'm not a musician. I just picked up the guitar because I wanted to work. I think I was into punk rock, and I just wanted to write. I wanted to do what my heroes were doing, and so I got a guitar and I started writing, and it just kind of happens. But I don't really know how to play guitar. I learned some chords, and I'm not really taking singing lessons, so I can freely admit that I'm not the greatest singer. So I won't consider myself a musician, and art's pretty much the same way. I don't even know if it's art what I do. I like to draw monsters, and I like to paint monsters, and so it's just what I do. Despite if I'm terrible at it or not, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
What about local support, man? How much local support do you guys get?
I don't think we get any local support here. Chris lives in Indianapolis, and the rest of the band we live in Kokomo, Indiana, and we don't really do very many local shows. One every couple of years, maybe. I don't know. So I don't know if anyone even knows who we are here in our hometown.
That sucks,
we don't really
man.
do much.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I mean, you guys bust your ass off, and you love music and everything. You write what you feel, and it sucks. I mean, the majority of these bands, they have to go away from their local town to be able to get their name out there, and it sucks.
Well, I don't know. This is a small town, and I like to be left alone, and it's fine just being here and just being in my my little corner with nobody knowing anything about us. I didn't bother that much. If we want to go, I don't mind going out to do the show and playing Michigan or Chicago and people showing up there instead. That's all right, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does suck.
In your own opinion, what does Harley Poe bring to the table for music, man?
I don't know. We're such a speck of dust on the radar. I don't know. I think for the underground scene, for kids that are looking for something that's not mainstream or not on the radio, I think we're giving them something unique. I think hopefully something different, and that's not on the radio. That's not mainstream, and something they can relate to. That's a little darker, and like what you said, folky, or just a little bit different than what you're hearing. I guess. I guess we're bringing that to the table.
What about the digital age these days, man, with social media? Do you like it? Because, I mean, you can get your music out there even more, or what's your take on
yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about it. Most music I listen to is on vinyl, and I got one of those little iPod that's from a decade ago, so I don't really keep up. I don't really know much about computers, but I know if we weren't living in this time, Harley Poe wouldn't have the fan base it has. That's the reason we have our fan base, simply because of the internet and because it's easy to to download our songs from CD Baby or Amazon or wherever. And a decade ago it wasn't that easy. And so I'm all about it. It's cool that we're reaching out because of that.
For you guys, man, and I'm sure you get this, people that's bought your albums or vinyls or whatever, and they see you guys at a show, and they come up to you and they say, hey, look, this song's really helped me out, or it's gave me inspiration. To you, as an independent artist, how's that feel to you, man?
Oh, it's cool. It feels good. It's nice that somebody's appreciating what you're doing, what you try to do, and you can go and play somewhere and seeing what was on your mind the time you wrote it, and people can come up to you and they relate and they appreciate that you're there and that you're doing something. And it almost feels like you might have a purpose in the world, and so that's a good feeling.
How can people stay in touch with you, buy your merchandise, know when you're going to be playing a show? How can they do that?
Well, we're pretty bad at keeping everybody up to date. We do Facebook, and we'll mention shows coming up on our Facebook and our personal Facebooks and stuff, and our Instagrams. But our website, I don't even know if our website's up right now. We've been working on getting it a new website, or it might just take you to one of our like CD Baby or something. I'm not sure. So if you people want to keep track of what we're doing, it's probably best to frequent our Facebook maybe, or our Instagrams. We always mention our shows on our Instagram. So if you hashtag Harley Poe or whatever, look up Harley Poe on Instagram. Okay. You'll find our info through there.
Before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for the show, man?
Sure. This is Harley Poe, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Harley, as a fan of your guys' music, thank you so much, man.
Well, thank you. Thanks for interviewing me and having me on.